So he's living there. There is no lease.
We did not have a written lease. We only had a verbal agreement, which he has not even kept the amount he said he would pay with that every week. He said he'd pay me the same thing he was paying at the hotel where he was staying, but he has not done that.
How long has he been there?
Way too long. I think it was around July, around 4th of July. I'm trying to think how many years ago. It's been at least 3 years or longer, 3 or 4.
All right. Well, he has no lease. He's not paying rent. Who is Jennifer Green? This is set for $940. It's $949. All things considered, we're not doing too bad. It's entitled Meninda Bonsler versus Ivan Erlandson and Jennifer Green. This is a property on Diane Drive in Constantine.
Everybody's in the same house.
Who are they to you?
He and his granddaughter, Tiara, were clients of mine. They have been clients.
What kind of business?
Doing tax returns, payroll, bookkeeping, but the only thing I've done for them is tax returns in prior years.
Now, the Ivan Erlandson I'm thinking of is in his early 70s. Is that him?
Correct.
So he's living there. There is no lease.
We did not have a written lease. We only had a verbal agreement, which he has not even kept the amount he said he would pay with that every week. He said he'd pay me the same thing he was paying at the hotel where he was staying, but he has not done that.
How long has he been there?
Way too long. I think it was around July, around 4th of July. I'm trying to think how many years ago. It's been at least 3 years or longer, 3 or 4.
All right. Well, he has no lease. He's not paying rent. Who is Jennifer Green?
Jennifer is his daughter. She moved in probably over, I think it was about 6 months or so, approximately 6 months after he did. And when she moved in, she brought 2 pit bull dogs with her. They have never paid me any deposits for any dogs, let alone any monthly payments for the dogs.
Well, we don't have a lease, so you don't have a dog fee or anything, but they're tenants at SovCit, and they aren't here. They've been personally served with this matter, and I have 10 days to move out. I wouldn't have pit bulls in my house on a bet.
They're in my garage right now, and every time we walk into the house, we're dodging either poop from the dogs or their pee most of the time because they're not taken out like they should be.
All right. Well, they have 10 days to move out, November 24th.
Okay.
Now, if they don't move out, you can ask the sheriff to put them out, including the dogs.
I don't want the dogs at my house.
Well, this goes under the category of no good deed goes unpunished. You let him move in, then you let her move in, and you didn't have a lease, then you let the dogs move in. They've been personally served according to the proof of service. And they aren't here. And when you're personally served and you don't show up, you're subject to default. I'm surprised you let them stay there this long.
I had asked them to leave probably over 2 years ago. And they kept saying they couldn't find a place. And, maybe it was because of the pit bull.
Well, no one wants somebody to move in with 2 pit bulls, but there's nowhere to move to. So that's why we have this. People would say, I'll move when I find a place. 9 years later, they're still there. This broaches the issue. If they don't move, the sheriff comes and puts them out. Do you know why they're not here?
I'm not sure why Jennifer is not here. I know Ivan works at, what's the name of the place? Ox Engineering in Constantine.
Well, that's not an excuse for not showing up for your court hearing. All right, you can go home and give them a copy of this. They got 10 days to move or they're subject to being evicted. You bring $15 and they'll do a writ of eviction and the sheriff would put them out. It probably would not happen until after Thanksgiving. You don't have to ask for the writ on November 24th. You have 56 days from today to ask for it. But if you wish to ask for it on the very first day, you could ask for it on the 25th of November.
Okay.
If you go out to the court office, the clerk will give you a copy of this and an extra copy you can take home for them. They got 10 days to move or the sheriff's going to put them out.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed, Mr. Rognus, Mr. Kreitz. Mr. Reed, Mr. Barnes is here,
Okay.
and he has been advised of his rights as a tenant.
Okay.
This is file number 252087LT. Timothy Reed is here on behalf of the city of Three Rivers. Mr. Barnes is a resident at 509 Spring Street. Mr. Barnes, can you hear me?
Yes.
And this goes with, no, I need that. This goes with the lady with the dogs, and send a copy of that to Mr. Bradshaw.
Okay.
I think we'll address that.
Thank you.
All right, this is a termination of tenancy matter. Oh, you're in your car. Okay. And they're asking you to move for a number of alleged lease violations, which contained in a letter of September 19th. What's your position? Are you willing to move, or do you wish to stay there?
Your Honor, as I very well know, they want us gone. We had a wonderful relationship with Village Manor and Lori Cousineau, and we've been there 5 years. But we can't fight it, so we do got to go. We've been looking. We have we're on waiting list for numerous apartment buildings and stuff like that. But there's just nowhere to go right now. So I know this is by law. You're going to do us 7 days, hoping and praying for the best.
Well, all right, let's talk about that. The law does require that I adjourn this 7 days, and then you would get 10 additional days from that day to move. Normally, a legal aid attorney would be here with us, Meg Bauer. I think she's off starting today for a week or so. So there's no legal aid attorney. Normally one would be here. You may have some defenses, I don't know. But if you get evicted from subsidized housing, it makes you ineligible to get into other subsidized housing. So what this case calls for would be some sort of a conditional order of dismissal, that you could work out some sort of an agreement with your landlord and the council to vacate. But what you're telling me, I hear every single day, I would move if I had somewhere to move to. And if legal aid was here, they could perhaps assist with this. This law firm does a lot of landlord-tenant work all over the state, and they know what a conditional order of dismissal is. But you are right. The first step we do is adjourn this a week. And the number of things in the letter, including unauthorized tenants and some other things, would be violations of the lease. You could have a hearing on it, but ultimately, if they prevail, you're right, you'd have to move. And you're not unwilling to move, you just can't find somewhere to move to. How much is your rent?
$746.
All right, that's less than market rent, but you're gonna be hard pressed to find something for $746. There's a few things out there.
Things were great. It just we had a neighbor issue, and it just got ugly the last year, and yeah, it was just a battle.
When Miss Cousineau left, and now she's somewhere else.
And it led to a lot of household tension between Mary and I, and it just got ugly, sir.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, Miss Haddad, does morning work better for your firm for next week?
Your Honor, we can make ourselves available whenever the court is scheduled.
All right, let's continue this to 10:15 on Friday, November 21st.
Your Honor, did I hear you correctly? Mrs. Cousineau is no longer with Village Manor?
I don't remember. She changed complexes. Maybe she went from a complex to Village Manor.
Okay, yeah, that's one. She was Riverside.
All right, 11/21/25 at 10:15. Now, what I would suggest is you talk to your manager and discuss perhaps a conditional order of dismissal, whereby you would agree to move by a certain date and they would agree to dismiss the case. At this point, they have not asked for money damages. They just want you to move. But if you do get evicted, it could make you very difficult to get in the next place.
Yes.
So my suggestion, you may also wish to call legal aid. They're not available today. We gave you their number.
Yes.
But it sounds like you're agreeable with moving. And if we can get a conditional order of dismissal, that can be discussed.
So when we want to avoid that eviction search, because like you said, it would be very difficult to find other housing if that was to take place. So we come back in 7 days, and then.
All right, then I would give you 10 days from that day to move out.
If we got out before those 10 days, we can avoid the eviction.
Potentially, yes.
And then,
So that would be my suggestion. Now maybe this is Miss Cousineau. I jumped ahead of a case, so
I like getting here early.
Mr. Bradshaw's in 2 rooms at once. Miss Haddad's in 2 courts at once, or 3 or 10, I don't know. Miss Haddad, where else are you appeaing this morning?
36th District Court, Your Honor. I'm actually in the parking lot.
All right, which is a whole different world.
Yes, it sure is, Your Honor.
That's Detroit.
That's a euphemism. That's a euphemism, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to continue this to November 21st at 10:15 a.m.
Your Honor, may I make a suggestion? I would,
Yes.
in the interim, I would suggest that the defendants reach out to Attorney Bouchard's office. And if they plan on vacating, then they just need to make sure they turn in their keys. Otherwise, the case does not get dismissed. And then, I mean, if they can ideally vacate before the next hearing, we'd be more than happy to dismiss the matter.
All right. Did you hear that? If you can vacate before the next hearing, which may be a lot to ask to do it in 1 week. But if you can vacate, when you do vacate, you need to turn in the keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days. Now, the number of the law firm is on the summons. They're in Bingham Farms, 248-731-7810. It's right there on the front page. You reach out to them and discuss the terms, and if you can agree to vacate, they can agree to dismiss it. Ms. Kuzo, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. We started a little early. They said nice things about you, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, they're going to attempt to vacate in a timely manner and seek a conditional order of dismissal. So they may be contacting you. They're also going to be contacting the Blue Chart Law Firm directly regarding that. So unless I hear otherwise, the matters continue to next Friday, November 21st at 10:15. You can talk to your manager, but preferably go directly to the law firm and discuss this with them. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right, good luck to you, sir. Mr. Webb, Mr. Fleeman was, or Mr. Bradshaw was here, then he was out. Ms. Haddad, good luck there in Detroit.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Are you Roger Carr?
I am, thank you.
It's been a number of years since we've had business, but at one time you were the county drain commissioner, is that
That's
correct?
right. We went to a circus.
You went to a circus?
Isn't that right?
Well, maybe so. Anyway, this is a tenancy at Swan Street in Colon. There is no lease. I'm not sure what the status here is, but you wish Miss Ames to move out, is that correct?
That's correct.
Miss Ames, what's your position?
I am currently, Your Honor, in the process of moving. My issue is not getting things out of here fast enough because I don't have the physical ability to. I'm here with my 2 children. I don't own a truck. I have to wait for my ex-husband to borrow or have him help us move the larger stuff.
Do you have a place to move to?
As of right now, I and my children are going to have to move in with my ex-husband.
What town is that in? Well, the law says I have to adjourn this matter for 7 days. I explained some of that earlier. After COVID, they changed the landlord-tenant rules. So that would take us to next Friday, November 21st at 10:30.
Okay.
Then you would get 10 days from that day to move out, which would be by December 1st. Do you think you can move by December 1st?
Your Honor, we don't have a choice. It's 63 degrees in my house right now. We have no heat.
Why
None.
not?
The furnace has not worked. We're heating our home with our stove and 2 space heaters. We've had to block off most of the house just to
All right,
try
that's very dangerous. Well, he's not at this point asking for money damages. He's simply asking you to move. How much is the rent each month?
$800.
In Three Rivers or Sturgis, you couldn't rent a house that the furnace doesn't work. But they don't have a lot of zoning enforcement in the village of Colon. Anyway, Miss Ames, if you would simply agree to move by December 1st, we wouldn't even need to come back. Is that agreeable with you?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Is that agreeable with you, Mr. Carr? All right, Elaine, would you prepare me a judgment? Maybe I have one and I'm not seeing it. Yes, I have one. Thank you. All right, I'm going to show by consent that the defendant agrees to vacate on or after December 1. Now, Miss Ames, at this point, he's not asking for any money damages. He's simply asking that you move out. When you do move out, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address within 4 days of moving. No money judgment is entered at this time. Now, this is a consent. You agreed to this. And the law says that under MCR 4.201J, that you do have 5 business. Change your mind. And you have to let the court know if you thought you didn't fully understand everything or you were compelled to do this against your will. You have until November 24th to appeal this. So if you move out by December 1st, turn in the keys and give your forwarding address, this matter is over with. If he asks for money damages, we'll do that at a later hearing, but I would reduce the damages by some amount because the furnace doesn't work. Do you have a security deposit?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. No.
Are you related?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Carr, I suggest if you're going to be in the landlord business that you at least get a lease. You can't rent this house out if the furnace doesn't work. But she's agreed here to move out by December 1st. You don't have to come back. She doesn't have to come back. If she does not move out, you can come back to the court and bring $15 and ask for a writ of eviction. And if she doesn't move, the sheriff will come put her out. But she wants to get out of there. Now, when she shuts off the stove and the space heaters, your pipes are going to freeze. So as soon as she gets out of there, you need to get in there and make sure there's some heat. Miss Ames, I think this actually is for the best, and you need to get out of here.
Yes,
So
sir.
you don't need to come back. We won't have a hearing. You still got the Swan Street address, and I will send you a copy of that order. Mr. Carr, you now live in Litchfield?
Yes,
That's Hillsdale County?
yes.
All right. What's your plan for this house on Swan Street?
As soon as she's out of there, I'll winterize it or go to work on it, one or the other.
All right. Miss Ames, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
All right, Mr. Carr, if you go out to the counter, you can just leave that here. They'll give you a copy of this order. If she doesn't move by December 1st, on December 2nd, you can ask for a writ of eviction. You have any questions?
No, no.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Miss Ames, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Timothy Reed for the plaintiff, John Barnes by telephone. What this looks like is the city of Three Rivers bought this house at a tax foreclosure sale in some time ago in July. They served a notice to quit on the defendant in August, and he's still there. Is that correct, Mr. Reed?
That's my understanding.
Mr. Barnes, the city of Three Rivers wants you to move out. What's your response?
Yes, sir. I've got most of my stuff out of the house in storage, and I'm trying to find an apartment. Nothing comes open.
Yes, I've heard that a lot, even today.
I'd like to get somewhere close to a grocery supply. My truck's a 1995 truck. One little thing go wrong with that, and I'm without a car. So,
Well, the law says I have to adjourn this matter for 7 days, which would take us to next Friday, November 21st. Does 10:40 work for you, Mr. Reed?
Oh, that should be fine. Yes.
Then you'd get 10 days from that day to move out. So right now, your house payment is zero. You're not paying any rent, you're not paying the taxes, and the city of Three Rivers owns the house. Are you paying the utilities and water?
yes.
I can't picture this house in the 500 block of Spring Street. I probably drive by it all the time. But at this point, it's been sold at a tax foreclosure sale. The overage from the sale would go to you or whoever the owner of the home is.
He never filed an affidavit of claim.
All right, so you never claimed the overage. I know a lawyer that knows how to do that stuff, but he came down and tried to instruct the members of our bar and provided some very helpful information upon the request of Attorney Rognus. But anyway, Mr. Barnes, you're between the proverbial rock and the hard place. You're going to have to get out of there by the 1st of December. They're going to file a writ of eviction and compel you to leave. But for now, we're going to continue the matter until next Friday at 10:40. You can call Mr. Reed's office and discuss this with him. If you can agree to move voluntarily, perhaps they could do a conditional order of dismissal. But if you're looking to get into assisted or subsidized housing, an eviction could be very damaging. And you're right, there isn't anywhere to move to. Everybody would move if they could. And, but there's no easy place to move to, especially when your rent is currently zero. How long have you been there?
About 50 years.
Wow. Anybody else live there?
My son will live there.
All right, well, this applies to you and all occupants. I should know who you are if you lived in Three Rivers for 50 years, but I can't place you. But this is a tough situation. So you can call Mr. Reed and discuss it with him, or we can address it further next Friday at 10:40, just like this. Do you have any questions?
Not really. I need to get going. I'm 50 years here, and I'm not really familiar with doing this.
Yes, it's a tough situation. I'll just leave it at this. Anyway, the city now owns the house. Mr. Reed is the attorney for the city of Three Rivers. I encourage you to perhaps discuss it with him. Otherwise, we'll be back here next Friday morning at 10:40, just like this. All right, sir, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I wish you luck. It's a tough circumstance. Good morning. Are you Jeremy and Brandy Baker?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
All right, we return. Hey, we're right on time. It's 10 o'clock. We return to Monroe and Vicky Learn versus Jeremy and Brandy Baker. Mr. Andrew Rognus is here on behalf of the plaintiffs. The Bakers are here. They're living in the house at 503 West Michigan, a big old stately home in its day. We determined what the arrearage was on the land contract last time. Mr. Rognus, has anything changed since then?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor, and I had emailed the Learns earlier this morning with no response from them that any payments have been made, so I guess we go forward with the numbers we had last time. There is a 90-day redemption period on this. It's not been paid. I mean, it was 200,000 balance after the down payment, but they owe at this point in time a loan payoff of 197,667. So they're not even close to being halfway home.
What that means, Mr. and Mrs. Baker, if you have a land contract and you're buying a house for $100,000 and you've paid $20,000, you get 90 days to redeem it. If you're buying that same house and you've paid $60,000, which is more than half, you get 180 days to redeem it. So in this case, we get 90 days from today to redeem the property. Now, let's take a look. I wrote this down. The current arrearage is
For the monthly payments,
is $3,900, $196 in costs and unpaid taxes in the amount of $3,708.27. Is that correct, Mr. Aragnes?
$3,709.27.
709, I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Baker, this would give you 90 days to try to either catch up with this or get conventional financing. Do you think you're going to be able to catch up on this?
Most definitely. In fact, I've tried to reach out to Monroe and Vicky. I did finally hear back from Vicky last night, and then I sent another text, and that was kind of the end of the conversation. So I'm confident that not only will we catch up, but that we'll be able to somehow get in contact with them and work it all out.
All right, very good. All right, I find that the amount through now each month will continue to occur, $3,900 in rent and payments, at $995 per month. $3,709 in taxes, 27 cents, and $196.75 in cost, for a total of $7,812.02. You have 90 days to redeem that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you say that amount one more time? 7,000?
$7,812.02. And you do have 10 days to appeal this, which would be 11/24/25.
And
All right.
not that it makes a difference here or there, just when it comes to the taxes, when we made the land contract, of course, we were aware that the taxes would be coming to us, but because of the paperwork and filing and whatnot, it never got transferred to our name. We got the notice and it was literally due a week later by the time we got the notice, which is why it was so far behind and wasn't paid. We didn't even know about it until a week before it was due.
Well, that's why land contracts are different than leases or rental agreements. You get 90 days rather than 10 to try to get rectified, because you have an actual interest, equitable interest in the property. And so it sounds like you're on good terms with the Lerns. The Lerns would like to complete this land contract. You'd like to complete it. So both people are trying to reach the same goal. But I'm going to send you a copy of this judgment. And certainly the Lerns can be hard to contact sometimes, but stay in contact with them. Even then, they don't have to evict you on the 90th day. They would have 56 days from that day to ask for the writ. So there's more than 100 days to try to get squared away on this. So I'm going to send you a copy of the judgment at the West Michigan address, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
No, thank you.
All right, stay in contact with your seller.